Hello everyone and welcome to Gurum's classes. Today in class 11 environmental science we'll be doing is agricultural mode of existence. Okay. Now when we talk about agricultural mode of existence means humans slowly started developing the art of agriculture. Okay, they started growing plants, they started rearing animals together, domesticating animals and plants also. Okay, so this way the whole lifestyle changed, because before that human beings they were hunters and gatherers. That means their life was nomadic in nature. They had to move from one place to another. Okay, so they used to collect the animal, the dead bodies or the carcasses or the hides or so whatever. Okay, after hunting. And even the women also, they used to gather seeds, fruits, etc. And once they had collected, okay, they used to live in that area for a certain period of time, and again they used to move to a next area. Fine. Same case was with pastoralism also, pastoralist mode of existence also, whereby people, they used to wander from place to place. Okay, that way also that had a different impact upon the environment, because they used to they used to make more space for their animals. But when they developed the technique of agriculture, the life became sedentary. Okay, and because of that the whole life changed. And now also we find agricultural mode of existence in India also. We find all four modes of existence in India. In the next video we'll discuss about that nowadays also, like 70% of the Indian population is based upon agriculture. We all know that. Fine. So how agriculture has changed, but long time, if we compare the agricultural technique and the practices of old historic time, which was introduced in near about 11,500 years ago, and the agricultural technique of now, there is a vast difference. Because of that also the productivity has raised up. The variety also has gone, productivity is also more. Okay, more people can be fed with that productivity. There are so many advantages of the modern technique, but disadvantages are also there. So long time back, the previous techniques of the agriculture done by the previous farmers, the agricultural mode of existence, and the people were totally dependent upon the nature. Okay, and then slowly they started developing irrigation. Okay, and then domesticated animals help them in agriculture. Women also played a vital role. Now let us study. So agricultural mode of existence, it started near about 11,500 years before. This made their life sedentary. That means instead of moving or wandering from one place to another, they stayed in one place, and they looked after the animals, they looked after the plants, and then their life was sedentary. That means they did not move from that place away from that place. Now normally this agriculture started developing on the river banks. So on various rivers and various parts of the world, this agricultural mode of existence started taking place. As a result, various communities were formed in different parts of the world. Because of that also, they started having trade, they started having economic status also was built. Somebody had use a plot of land, and the products, the results were also stored. Yeah, the storing capacity of the hunters and gatherers or pastoralists also were very very less. But if you see in agriculture, okay, or agriculturalism, they had granaries, just like even in Harappan civilization also granaries were found. That means they had a huge storage place where they could store the grains for future. Okay, so domestication of plants and animals was seen. Okay, and because of this agricultural mode of existence, human civilization became sedentary. That means they stopped at one place and started living a sedentary life. Okay, and they started cultivating plants for food, plants for medicines, plants for dyes, plants for perfumes, plants for fibers, plants for so many other things. Okay, vegetables, animals for hide, animals for meat, animals for fat, animals for medicines. Okay, animals for protection, animals helping in agriculture. Okay, plowing the field, etc. And even fungi also were, reared. Fungi were also grown. Okay, they were taken as a part of the food. Okay, fuel also was there, like fiber, cotton fiber was also there, jute fiber, medicines, from plants, medicine. And nowadays also we, even in Himalayan belts also, we use so many plants as medicines. Okay, we have is a cut, and then we pluck some leaves, okay, of Artemisia, we call it as Titapati, and then we put that all. Okay, vegetables, oil, meat, timber, okay, dye, like timber, like bamboo or trees. Okay, so human beings, they started knowing the nature, and they took the resources from the nature which was given to them for free, because at that time population was also less, and abundant resource was also available for them. Okay, and because of that, when we see in the social organization point of view, agriculture was able to sustain a large population. Hunting and gathering means, they were divided in small groups and families. Why? Because it was not possible for, the whole number of people to be fed with a small hunt. Okay, so it was divided in small groups whereby each member of the family could go and could bring some hunt. But here they had a large family, that means a large population could be fed with the help of agriculture. Because of that also, different communities were formed on different parts of the world. Okay, there was a development of different communities. Okay, and then that community was named according to the place they were living, according, or a particular name was, a tribal name was given to them, a name of that place was given, a name according to the, the looks they had were given. Okay, so different, communities were developed. The techniques that were involved were irrigation, and through irrigation the agricultural products were also stored in granaries, and slowly they started developing various tools also. Okay, and these tools were used by special workers, specialized workers, who were like plowing. Okay, like plow we had, yes or no, or we have his special knives were there. Okay, special, tools were used, with the help of which the seeds and the husk, and then the product, the final products could be obtained. Fine. And most of the cultivation work was done by men, because it was laborious work, it was a hard work. And at that time, since technology was not there, so it was a very, it was a work which needed some very muscular power, physical work. So most of the work was done by men. Okay, but eventually it was helped by women also. Nowadays it's the same. The plowing part, if you see, okay, is done by men, whereby the sowing part, especially of the rice and all, okay, the paddy field, in the paddy field, the women also they help. Okay, now, okay, it's rainy season now, this is the best time for paddy. And because of that, since various communities were developed in different places, trade started. And in trade, definitely, okay, politics or political ties, okay, their relationships were also built between different villages. Fine. Now they had a chief, okay, or a leader in the society. So it was totally dominated by men, patriarchal society. Fine. So there was a huge impact upon decision making. Okay, and the scale of catchment was very high. Scale of catchment means the amount of productivity that they had, or the amount of food that they could store, the amount of food that they could depend upon. Yes, they had a very high productivity. Okay, and because of that also various economic status were also. Now also you can see some of the farmers, they have is a small plot of land, some of them they have is a huge plot of land, and according to that only, like they were zamindars also. Okay, so the economic status is also differentiated. Fine. Slowly, when we talk about is the access to resources, the forest land for agriculture were cleared, and for that purpose slash and technique was used, zooming technique was used, whereby the forest land was cleared, the trees, the plants, everything was cleared, and then it was left like that only, or it was burnt also, and it was left like that only afterwards. Okay, when agriculture was done in that place, since because it was already burned, the place used to become fertile, and the agriculture used to be done there in a very easy manner. It used to be helpful. Okay, later on you all know very well industrialization came, and then techniques. Now we have is all modern techniques for agriculture. We have is tractors, we have is plowing machines, we have is harvesting machines are also there, we have is separators, we have is pumps are there, motors are there, diesel motors are there, we have so many things. So nowadays it's all mechanized, but when we talk about is the old historical time, it was quite difficult. Everything had to be done, by hand. But with the uh, with the coming of industrialization, definitely. And number two is when we talk about is trade. Definitely agriculture led to growing of monoculture also. Nowadays we see is monoculture, like for example we see in Indonesia and all, we see is growing of palm trees. Huge amount of forest is cut for palm tree, because palm tree gives palm oil, and palm oil is a key ingredient in most of the commodities that we use, from like from hair oil to shampoos to so many things. Palm oil is one of the, it is written as vegetable oil, so cheapest thing. So monoculture also led to destruction. Definitely it had a direct impact upon the environment. And nowadays, who don't use chemicals, who don't use fertilizers? So in order to, and very well, everyone knows that because of these chemicals, fertilizers, pesticides, weedicides, herbicides, it had a direct impact upon the environment. Because of that, okay, the health also got deteriorated. So when government came to know, now Sikkim, Sikkim became the first state to stop or to ban the use of fertilizers or fertilizer grown crops. Organic state, first state in India is first organic state is Sikkim. Okay, so the ecological impact, very well. Okay, as the population started growing more and more, there was more pressure upon agriculture. The old traditional method of agriculture could not sustain, because the lifespan of the crops were also very long. Okay, and then new techniques, new seeds, new machines were not there, so it was time taking. So because of that also, when industrialization came, okay, pesticides, herbicides, fertilizers, high yielding varieties of seeds were also introduced. This also had an impact upon the traditional seeds, or the what do you call that, the indigenous seeds. Okay, because of that also. And there was a change in the climate. Definitely nowadays you all see that there was a change in the climate, there was an impact upon the climate. Because of that, the nutrient surface runoff was also there. Okay, and it led to climate change. Nowadays whatever we are experiencing, heavy rainfall, heavy drought, flood is also there, or extreme heat is there. It's all climate change. Global warming is there. Because of what? Because one of the reason is agriculture, one of the reason is the industrialization or the impact of industrialization. Okay, and that led to land degradation. Okay, the carrying off of the topsoil, carrying off the nutrient, and that led to eutrophication or algal bloom, that you all know very well. Okay, and then there was a direct impact upon the plant. Okay, plant diseases were also seen. Okay, since like it's a normal thing, if you grow plants, okay, without, and if you grow plants, definitely weeds are, weeds also will be grown, insects will be grown, insects will be found, pests will be there, and then it's not possible to handpick the pest and then to kill them. So definitely in a large scale, pesticides are used. Now definitely use of pesticides will have an impact upon the soil, the environment, the water, etc. And because of that, waterborne diseases were also seen. Okay, a huge amount of forest were cut, a huge amount of wastelands were occupied. Because of that, the salty water of the sea also got a chance to enter the land. That caused the salinization of the fertile land, and that also led to the impact upon the agriculture. Okay, so because of that, in an overall view, what we see is there is global warming, soil erosion is there. Okay, but then also nowadays new techniques have been there which are more eco-friendly, like we use biopesticides, bioherbicides. Okay, or that varieties of plants which are self-resistant. Okay, so because without agriculture it's not possible to sustain life. So India being one of the major a country which produces huge amount of jute, huge amount of rice, huge amount of sugarcane, huge amount of agricultural products. So that is why, okay, having only the industrial method of agriculture or having only new method will not work, it will not sustain. So that is why you need to have is a sustainable development with the inclusion of more those techniques which will help agriculture, as well as it will help the environment, and will have less impact upon the environment, water, air, soil, okay, and the earth. So that is why, okay, there are we have is green manures, we have is there we have is biopesticides, we have is bioherbicides are also there, biofertilizers are there, okay, which will help the plant to grow without having an impact upon the land, the soil. Okay, so dear students, kindly go through it. Agricultural mode of existence started near about 11,500 years ago, and then still it is been continued in a country like India. Okay, and definitely it has a huge impact, okay, upon the country's economy, and impact upon the society, impact upon the ecology also. So in order to counterbalance the impact of the ecology, a better method like biofertilizers, biopesticides, okay, are taken into consideration nowadays. Okay, so dear students, kindly go through this. Okay, so thank you very much.